So I'm sure everyone is familiar with pranksters, YouTube pranksters. It's a very common thing on the social media space. I feel like especially on TikTok, I feel like a lot on TikTok there's a lot of people who do quote unquote pranks, but pranks nowadays are not funny. I'm gonna just be honest, they're not funny because now most pranks revolve around rage baiting and just pissing people off and infuriating them for literally no reason. Literally just the other day, I saw a video of this guy on Instagram. He was spraying people with silly string.
Silly string surprise.
I don't appreciate that.
It's a silly string surprise.
I don't care what it is.
I'm sorry.
That's very rude.
No, it wasn't to be rude. I just wanted to surprise you.
Well, you certainly did, and it's very rude of you to do that.
I'm sorry. Yeah. Silly string surprise. Just a silly string surprise. Just surprising people. Sorry, just surprising people today.
That's not funny. That's just called harassment. I don't understand how that's funny. A lot of these pranks that I see people do, it's like shit that I would have done when I was like 6 or 7 years old, just to get a rise out of people, because I thought I was genuinely funny, but in reality I wasn't being funny. I was just being annoying. That's literally what you are. You're literally 6 or 7-year-old me when I tried to be funny by getting a rise out of people, but it really just annoyed them. But I guess some people just never mature. Now, I recently came across this guy. Now, he's known as Heston Cobb. I don't know if that was his actual name on TikTok. I never really watched his TikTok, to be honest, but apparently that's his real name, Heston Cobb. And this guy literally will just go up to stores and pull up with a mob of people and act like they work there, and that's the whole prank.
From a different location. Let's get this ironed out. Check your HR email. If you work on into a different one, they didn't this there. If they sent us here, you guys are good to go. What do you mean we're good to go? Go ahead and bring the guys in.
Come on, get out of the store.
See if I was on the phone or not. Here. You guys can get to work. We're all good. Everyone gets to work. If you guys want to go ahead and take over the lanes, go ahead.
Get out. Hey, out.
No, go ahead and take over the lanes. Go ahead and I need people at self-check. You need to get out of the district, and these are my workers. These are my workers. You guys need to go.
It's like you acting like you're a manager, and then like that's the whole prank of the video. I don't really see how that's funny. It's like that's just another form of harassment. I'm gonna be using that word a lot in this video because realistically it's not even a prank. It's just straight up harassment. So yeah, today I saw him on the news and I saw that he apparently got arrested for one of these pranks, and rightfully so. It's like, bro, you're harassing people at their work. I work at retail, and it would infuriate the absolute shit out of me if I got harassed with one of these pranks. I literally saw, it wasn't the same person, it wasn't Heston Cobb, but it was a different person, and I'll put the video on the screen if I can find it, but it was this guy who apparently just grabbed a bucket of candy. It was like filled to the brim with candy, and he dumped it on the counter. It was like in this gas station, and he had the poor store worker scan all of it, and then when he finished scanning it, he was like, I'm actually not gonna buy this. I swear, if I was working at that gas station and someone did that to me, I probably would have said some shit to the guy. They probably would have gotten me fired. I'm not even joking. Like, I seriously hate working retail, and people acting like this are a perfect example of that. I swear, I'm gonna make a video on why I hate retail so much, but that's a video for another day. Bro, and you know what I hate the most of these pranks? You're literally harassing service workers. Service workers that only get paid minimum wage, are overworked, and don't really get any benefits. Okay, a lot of the people that work in Walmart, Target, Chipotle, wherever these people are working at, that he does these pranks, these people probably hate their job, right? They're probably miserable at their job because they're working all these hours and getting paid jack shit, okay? And you're here harassing them, making their life worse. I genuinely hate people like this. They have no respect for other people. It is absolutely ridiculous. Like, I hate this. I don't see how this is funny. Like, maybe if I was like 13 or 14 or some shit, maybe I'd find it funny. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like, some of these videos are kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie, like, it is kind of like a double-edged sword, and I see how it's funny. Like you're kind of just being, just kind of being a goofball, I guess, and you're just being funny and kind of getting a rise out of people. But there is a fine line, bro. There's a fine line between like, just being a little bit annoying, just to get some views or whatever, and like full on harassment. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean. Like, some of these people, just draw a line that should not be crossed. Okay, when people tell you to get the fuck out of the store, or they're gonna call the cops, and you continuously keep on going with that prank, that's called harassment, dude. And like shown in this video, this guy is now arrested, and for good reason. I'm gonna be so for real. I really think that people like this should get very, very severe punishments. I'm talking like, I genuinely believe, I know this might sound so extreme right now, but I genuinely believe this guy should get minimum 5 years in prison. I feel like law enforcement needs to crack down on this and give these people extremely harsh punishments so no one else wants to repeat what he's doing. If they give these people insanely harsh punishments for what they did, they're going to stop doing this. They are absolutely 100% going to stop doing this. But until that happens, people are still going to continue with these videos. They're going to continue with the harassment, and they're going to continue bothering these service workers that just quite frankly do not need to be bothered. I recently been seeing some videos. It wasn't by Heston Cobb, it was some other people. Now, this is a pretty common prank that I've been seeing on Instagram. It's probably, and on TikTok too, or whatever. Basically, the way this prank works is people will scream in the store as loud as possible, and then they'll act like nothing happened. I don't see how that's funny. That's literally illegal. That's called disrupting the peace. That's an actual crime that law enforcement can charge you with, disrupting the peace. Okay? That's exactly why people who get noise complaints can get a ticket, right? Because that's another form of disrupting the peace. And one video that really rubbed me the wrong way was this one video that I saw. It was this one guy who, I'm trying to remember, basically what he did was he yelled in the store as loud as possible, and when the people who worked at, like, I think it was like at a CVS, when these people tried to figure out who it was, they blamed it on some teenage kid that was like, they looked to be about 16 years old or 17 years old, something like that, right?
I know you're seeking attention, but none of this is funny.
Is this kid?
That kid?
Yeah.
You want me to call the cops or you want to stop?
No, I just came here with my parents.
You keep screaming and you're drawing attention and disturbing everyone.
I seriously just came here with my parents. They're outside in the car right now.
Okay, so
Yeah,
you're going to continue? I'm going to call the cops.
No,
So
what have
one
I
more time.
done? I'm serious.
You're screaming and
We know it's you,
just
bro.
stop.
Bro, what is...
They're gonna call the cops.
Yeah, you keep screaming. Just
No,
stop.
I'm sorry.
Just stop.
Yeah, just stop screaming.
Get what you need and leave. I'm calling the
No,
cops.
what is going on? Can you let me get my parents? No, what is going on? Can you get... I'm sorry, park right outside the front door right there.
Kylie, just stay there.
I don't understand why you're blaming some teenage kid for some stupid, retarded screaming that you did at a store. You're being a nuisance to everyone around you except yourself. And I just don't understand it. And of course, this kid was like, well, I didn't do anything. I wasn't involved in this. And you could tell he was like visibly like scared and like uncomfortable with the situation. And it's like these guys continued harassing this kid, and it's like I just felt so bad. Like, why are you doing this? He had no involvement in this prank, and now the service workers who work at the CVS, they think that he did it, right? Because they're blaming it on this kid, and they don't know any better, right? They don't know any better, and the parents literally got involved, and they started yelling at the pranksters.
Shades off and talk to me like
Whoa,
a
whoa,
man.
it is so I can
Okay.
see.
All right, so stop pointing and tell me what your name is.
Some kid was just screaming in there. I don't think it's a big problem.
It really just rubs me the wrong way. It's like a lot of these people just like, I swear on my life, they need to get yelled at or decked in the face. Like, I swear, something needs to happen to these people, because if not, they're just going to continue doing it. It's gone from just harassing service workers now to involving other people that weren't in your prank video and now blaming it on them. It's like you're now bringing another person into this that's innocent and had nothing to do with this. And it's like, why are you doing it? Why are you doing? Because I genuinely believe that maybe the reason why the person did that in this video is because they didn't want to get in trouble. They didn't want to take the blame for it. You know, instead of being a fucking man with dick and balls, they blame it on someone else. It's just 10 times easier that way. It's just 10 times easier that way. They don't have to take the blame for the fall for them acting like a jackass in public. You know, so much easier for them. You know, one person that I really do respect, who actually does good pranks and, you know, doesn't cross that line of harassment, is Vlogs Creations. I don't know if you've seen them. You probably do know who they are because they're a pretty popular channel with millions and millions of subs. And they're really funny. I don't really watch them anymore. I feel like their pranks have fallen off. I feel like they're just not as funny anymore. And also, they don't even post that often anymore. But I used to watch them a couple years back, and I swear they used to be so funny. And one thing that I like about these people is, number one, they don't cross that line into harassment. You know, the way I view it is, if the person, when you prank them, after you finish the prank, if they're not laughing with you, then chances are you probably just weren't funny. and you were just harassing them, okay? If they're not laughing with you, that's a good indication that it's not a prank and that it's not funny. But a lot of these people just also don't know how to read social cues, unfortunately. They still have the brain of a middle schooler. And like, anyway, so these people, they don't cross that line. They also reimburse a lot of these people that they prank. So if they prank like a store or something, they'll actually give the people who work at that store money, you know, because, you know, obviously they wasted their time. That was money that they could have used to make sales or whatever at their job or whatever. So they actually like reimburse these people after they finish the prank, which I really respect, because it really shows that they value their time, right? And it shows that they don't want to waste their time, right? Because time is money. So yeah, that's the end of the video. Like, subscribe, comment. It always helps with the video. Let me know what you want to see next. I always like taking suggestions for what topics I should talk about next. And yeah, probably just gonna go jerk.